In the first book. Good morning. Good morning. רמב"ם ספר זרעים, הלכות כלאיים, פרק י', הלכה כ"ט.
On a page there, it's Ayin Aleph.
If you have the brown Rambam, it's 240.
Perek
י', הלכה כ"ט.
Thank you.
No, Sam, you went too far. You went too far. הלכות כלאיים? Oh, good. Yeah, talk. See, it's too far because I'm having the brown Rambam. It's two different things.
Yeah, different.
Yeah. But says the כ"ט.
Okay.
Says the Rambam, it's a summary of a full page in the Gemara in Brachot. Says the Rambam, הרואה כלאיים של תורה על חברו. I am walking and I see someone wearing כלאיים. אפילו היה מהלך בשוק, it's a public place, it's a public humiliation. קופץ לו וקורא עליו מיד. Which means either you tell the guy to take it off or you have to rip it. But remember, the Rambam says haroeh means the fellow is unaware. I know that what he is wearing is shatnez, fine. ואפילו היה רבו שלימדו חוכמה. You should have special obligation to show him respect. Still, either you tell him take it off immediately, if not, it's fine. Why is that? Listen good to this as an introduction to what he says later. שאין כבוד הבריות דוחה איסור לא תעשה. David, פרק י' הלכה כ"ט.
Is there any reason he's using the word mifurash b'Torah, that it's obvious in the Torah, that it's open as opposed to a doresh, but it's still doraita?
Hila has a good דיוק. The minute you hear what the דברי חיים says. באמת דיוק יפה מאוד. שים שם זה מילה יפה מאוד. What he says. מה זה מפורש? שכתוב מן התורה, רמב"ם אומר מפורש. The minute you see that this one word, the דברי חיים, 400 years ago, as
Rabbi, the word kofetz is different from the way you translate it.
okay.
I know why you did what you did, but it's
To be politically correct.
easy. He says first tell him and then
No, but זה אמת.
kofetz. That's a jump on the word.
הוא לומד לגמרא.
Yeah, jump on it. Yeah.
What is the difference if I do it to Sam Sutton or I'm asking Sam, please remove it in the video? The confess is everyone, the Radbaz and the Kesef Mishnah, everyone picks on it. Because the Shona Gemara is, anyway, listen again. Let's read again. I see someone wearing shatnez min Torah. The man might be a distinguished fellow, even my mentor, and it's in a public place. I mean, you have, besides being a regular human being, is a scholar in a public place. קופץ לו וקורא עליו מיד, you have to remove it immediately. Why? שאין כבוד הבריות, it's the biggest humiliation. דוחה איסור לא תעשה המפורש בתורה. As Eli picked up on the word, later we'll come back.
Isn't this different for men and women?
No. The Gemara talks about the woman also.
They say,
The Gemara says that the fellow saw a woman wearing something red and he ripped it of the woman. Not that she remained naked, but he humiliated the woman. Don't ask any more questions, let's continue. The Lama, no, because this is definitely not our topic. After we discuss 25 minutes the topic, and we see the Tshuva of Chacham Ovadia, we see why Mefaresh, why Kufetz, why this, why that. Now the Rambam is asking a question. ולמה נדחה בהשבע בידה? If Chacham Ovadia finds a lost cat that definitely disturbs a lot the loser, is not obligated to pick up the cat. It's a mitzvah min Torah. If kavod haberiyot, right, is not being pushed away from mitzvah min Torah. There's a mitzvah min Torah written Parashat Mishpatim and Kitetze to return the lost item. The lama nidche. This is the question of the Gemara. Kavod haberiyot. ולמה נדחה בהשבע בידה מפני שהוא לאו של ממון, which means when it comes to money matters, if it's beneath your dignity, assuming Chacham Ovadia would not carry a cat of his granddaughter in the street, he's not obligated to return it to others only because it's a question. So again, here is Avera min Torah being pushed away because of kavod haberiyot. Here we said that I'm obligated to remove the garment from you because the Avera min Torah pushes away kavod haberiyot. Question 1 and answer 1. Question 2, says the Rambam. Every case the Rambam brings now is from the Gemara.
What is the kavod to level? Like everyone think that they are one.
This is a very good question. Again, if it's your mother's cat and you wouldn't carry it in the street, then don't return it to her. If you'll do it to your mom, to your daughter, to your wife, then you're obligated to do it. It's a very good question. It says, how do you measure it? Everyone can say it's beneath by dignity.
Rabbi, when you say remove, if a woman, not me, a woman removes off another woman, when she removes it, the woman will be not decent. Does she still remove it?
Okay, we'll come to it later.
And second question is,
he's asking the case in the Gemara was
so they're like
it's a Gemara that there are hundreds of pages on this topic. Okay, so let's finish the Rambam, then look at the Shulchan Aruch, then look at the Tshuva of Chacham Ovadia, then come back to our topic. Can you shake a woman's head or not? Listen, you realize where we're aiming. Yes. Kavod haberiyot is the key word. We spent 2 days on it. Today we're going to explain the machloket based on this Rambam and Shulchan Aruch.
All right, Robert, we got to give you 5 minutes.
What?
5 minutes. No questions.
Not Anthony. Not Anthony.
So the same exactly happens in Dafayom. You read the Mishnah. The Mishnah is a couple of days Mishnah. So everyone, I said, it's a Mishnah. Normally the Gemara follows. They could. Let's continue.
Does it only happen with Syrians?
It happens everywhere. It's a human nature. So the Rambam was asking first, why is a scholar exempt from returning an item? It says mitzvah min Torah. The answer is mammon. Fine. Now is correct. It's exactly Lashon HaGemara. Next question of the Rambam, which is the Gemara in Berachot, ולמה נדחה בטומאת מת? Which means if you have a met mitzvah, regardless who you are, you might be a scholar, Kohen Gadol, Nazir, Yom Kippur, no, stop whatever you do. Over there is afuch, so the kavod of the met, kavod haberiyot, overpowers everything. Now it's a question of reverse, yes? Ho'il u'peret ha'katuv ba'achoto. So the answer is there's a special pasuk. There is a special pasuk that the Gemara in Berachot brings, or the way this is the Rambam. The way Rashi learns the Torah never said that a Kohen Nazir cannot become Tameh. Okay, but the Rambam learns because in pasuk 5.
What is the achoto that?
It takes only an hour and a half to learn the Gemara. Only an hour and a half. You have to learn the Gemara. It says twice in the Torah, מפי השמועה למדו, לאחותו אינו מטמא, אבל מטמא הוא לבית מצווה. The question is, David, the Torah said that neither a Kohen nor Nazir can become tameh to anyone, Kohen Gadol. So why do you have to say לאחותו is extra? אחותו not בית מצווה.
Yes.
Okay. עד כאן is, remember, עד כאן is איסור תורה. I saw the man, he doesn't know. I saw him wearing it. Chidush Gadol, the Rosh strongly disagrees. The Rosh says if the man that is wearing the shatnez doesn't know, leave him alone. You see, the Rambam begins, I saw him wearing, he is unaware. Yes. The Rosh says, even if he doesn't know, don't do anything. In a minute you'll see the upcoming eyes in every generation of Jewish history from Moshe Rabbeinu. This machloket Rambam and Rosh. Okay, the Torah give it their case, don't say anything. He has 5 teshuvot. I took the short one. This is Chamavadia exactly 25 years ago. Hinei Doreinu Zeh, our generation, Zachar Ba'alei Tshuva Rabim, many people come back with the families. But Kama Minashotev Sheba'alei Teshuvah, the wives of Ba'alei Teshuvah. This is married couples. Now they are religious. שגם הם חזרו בתשובה, באו לפניי. The ladies come to me and they tell me with tears, while they were not religious, they had affairs while they were married. They're asking me, am I obligated to tell my husband? And basically he has to kiss me. This is our topic, you realize? ונבהלו באיסור אשת איש לדברים זרים. This is Nivalu means if you hug and kiss, they had physical relation. No, Nivalu, בעילה. דברים זרים בנפשם בשאלתם, אם חייבות להודיע לבעליהם, כאילו המזל, ואולי יצטרך עתידים, לגרש אותו בגט. ומה יהיה על ילדיהם, what will happen to the community. This is not 1, 2, 3, hundreds of cases through history, yes. So this basically is going, everything begins here. Wow. Rambam says, he knows, he doesn't know, I know. You realize in this case, the husband doesn't know.
She knows.
They machloket Rambam and Rosh and then.
Or a man. Does he have an obligation to come out? So how does he come out then?
You have to leave this. David, the dessert comes after the meal. David.
Before we were in there. So.
No. I'm saying the reason why I'm bringing it. The same case, the idea is to see how a percent. Of course, he's not the first one. 250 years ago, the Rabbi Yehuda talks about it. Then the Divrei Chaim. Let's go back to the Rambam first. Let's talk about our topic, shaking a woman's hand.
Wow, how do we get there?
No, but this is really what Torah is about. All this relationship is good for to put it to sleep. Aval Ramban continues. I think Eli, we have all the Rambams.
We're at 4.
Okay, fine. Are you at 4? I had 2. Okay, Aval. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have 1. And there's another one there.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, you are. Open at the beginning, page 243. Let's look on top. 243, right in the beginning. So listen carefully. This is now our topic. Forget now the ladies. Aval. Now you realize, by the way, that the same question is raising here. So a woman had a boyfriend, Goy. In college, she marries a Kohen. She becomes religious. The same question exactly. Same question. Aval davar she. What? Page 243.
Oh, from the beginning. Oh, I didn't know.
Okay, so just to line up what we have so far, we have that kavod, averiyot.
Our topic is kavod averiyot docher. So the Gemara begins by saying kavod averiyot when it comes to Isur Torah. The Torah pushes away. Right, Torah docher, except by Shabbat Aveda, which is Mammon, except by Met Mitzvah because of the pasuk or whatever. Now, Ad Kan Isur Torah. Now,
so coming back, so by default, it's coming back that Isur Torah pushes away kavod averiyot.
There's exceptions.
This is
No, wait.
Unless you have an exception.
This is our topic. says Rambam, אבל דבר שאיסורו מדבריהם. הוא היה בטח שאיסור דרבנן, אל תיסור מדבריהם.
Yeah.
הרי הוא נדחה מפני כבוד הבריות
Always.
בכל מקום. Well, an example in the Gemara is if people went to a funeral and they have to rush to show the aver that they are with him, they have to jump over caskets of Meitim. This case is the Gemara. So the Gemara says because jumping over it is the Isur de Rabbanan, that's why. Mutar, fine.
And showing him is a deoraita that I'm with you.
It's kavod haberiyot. It's kavod haberiyot.
Show you that I'm supporting you in this.
כבוד הבריות. אבל דבר שאיסורו מדבריהם, הרי הוא נדחה מפני כבוד הבריות בכל מקום. ואף על פי, לאו דרבם is raising a serious question. ואף על פי שכתוב בתורה לא תעשו מן הדבר. רמב"ם, it's a Gemara, straight from the Gemara. לא תעשו מן הדבר means we are commanded to listen to what the rabbis told us. So there's never the Rabbanan, because here the Rambam is Shitato. Shitato is like the Oraita. Says the Rambam, no. Says the Rambam, הרי לאו זה נדחה מפני כבוד הבריות. Fine. לפיכך, now he's giving us an example. אם היה עליו שעטנז של דבריהם. If it's not exactly regular wool and linen, it's a tzemer gemalim, it's a camel's wool.
Not real.
And, not real wool, looks like real wool, which is assumed the Rabban, אינו קורו עליו בשוק. You're not removing it from him בשוק, ואינו פושטו בשוק, ואינו פושטו בשוק, עד שמגיע לביתו. But he repeats, he summarizes again, ואם היה של תורה, פושטו מיד. Now take the Shulchan Aruch here, you have Shulchan Aruch here.
So according to this, that case, Rambam would say certainly she has to tell her husband.
We'll get there yet.
Okay, David, this is why his name is Chacham Ovadia.
I'm just trying to keep things categorized. I don't want to get confused.
David,
I'm trying
we
to.
definitely come back to.
You're on the bus with the rabbi, we'll get there.
No, this is why.
I'm trying to keep things in
No,
groups.
here I
I'm
want
trying to categorize.
David wants to be organized.
Where we're standing on the map. That's all.
Remember, there is one opinion we didn't mention that is the Rosh who disagrees with the Rambam against the key, and then we said the and we look at Shulchan Aruch, Siman Yud Gimel, Orach Chaim, Siman 13. First, look at Halacha, Aleph, just as in the introduction. Arba Tzitziyot, remember, the title is Yenei Tzitzit B'Shabbat, yes? ארבע ציציות מעכבים זה את זה, שכל זמן שאין בה כל הארבע, אינה מצויצת כהלכתה, והיוצא בה לרשות הרבים בשבת חייב חטאת. So if you are Fifth Avenue בשבת and your טלית is ממש פסול מן התורה, חייב חטאת. Why? Because you are carrying the strings and the other. What? No, you're wearing the garment. The only reason you are permitted to have the strings is because the strings are kishut. String. The garment. Television is like a scarf, whatever.
Being tied to the garment doesn't but tell to the garment.
Right. This is a good question, yes. Yeah, David said it. Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's
Yeah,
not.
look at Mishnah Berurah Gimel. Siman Yud Gimel. Hayav Chatat.
That means you broke the Doraita.
Right. You're carrying in the Reshut HaRabim. What are you carrying? The Haber Masui Machmat HaTzitzit HaLotarim. Now David was asking, why don't you say it's batel to the beged? ואינם בטלים לגבי בגד, לחוטי ציצית חשיבים, ולא בטירת. Okay?
It's not just an ornament.
Fine, okay, fine. This is it. Fine, good. Tell the page. Even
Which is
Metziet,
interesting. So we don't look at the ציציות as a mitzvah together with the talit, בפני עצמם, the mitzvot בפני עצמם.
Because you're paying $15 for the seats.
$1, I got it.
Now, on top, אם היא מצויצת כהלכתה, if the garment has regular kosher ציצית, מותר לצאת בה לרשות הרבים, בין טלית קטן בין טלית גדול, אפילו בזמן הזה שאין לנו תכלת. בפועל מה יצא? well, it says in the Torah, תכלת, זה לא תכלת. ההלכה היא תכלת. David,
I might have thought it's
oh
not
yeah, right. The answer is tchelet is not me'akevet alavan, and therefore you are permitted to go out if your garment is a regular garment and the tzitzit are kosher. Fine. רק שלא יהיה מונח לו על כתפיו. You have to wear it as a garment, yes. If you are wearing it, that's on one shoulder. It's not a garment. Okay? Now, here's how it's connected to our topic with the shatnez or the Rav Ovadia's case. אם נודע לו בשבת, כשהוא בכרמלית, you're on Shabbat in a public place, but the public place is halachically is asur to carry only with the Rabbanan, Karmelit. שהטלית שעליו פסול. I am in the street, I'm wearing it. And I realize it's pasul. לא יסירנו מעליו, don't remove it. Why? זה גדול כבוד הבריות. Here you see that.
No.
Hold on.
No. It's Carmelita. This is our top.
So this is the
Why is Maran saying, why is it saying, you know, down to the Carmelita? If it's Rishut Rabim, of course, take it off. If it's the Carmelite, which is a Isur de Rabbanan, the Gadol Kavod HaBeriyot. It's the Gemara. Yeah? So let's look at the Mishnah Berurah. Look at the Mishnah Berurah, Seif Katan Chet. Seif Katan Tet, so Tet. כשהוא בכרמלית, הוא מקום ששם אין איסור טלטול, רק מדרבנן. ולכך אין צריך להסיר, וכבוד הבריות דוחה איסור דרבנן. As David said, straight with the Rambam. Of course, it's a Gemara. So here is a perfect case. כבוד הבריות is I have to remove it. Yes? Many years ago, you hear I was in a weekend seminar and I spoke to the kids. I mentioned it. The case of Shatnez. I told them if I'm at a Yankee Stadium and I discovered that my underpants, not undershirt, has Shatnez. No, underpants is today you'll be a reward if you have guts to get to Yankee people. But anyway, you have to remove it. So the kid says to me, Rabbi, would you do it? I said, Charlotte, you will be probably for that. But I hope yes, but I'm not sure. Then I'm asking the kid, listen to it, man. The kid was pleasantly plump, you know, one of these kids that, and this kid had a very big issue, an image issue. Why? His father was an Irish policeman who married his mother. The father, the one child, 2 years into the marriage, he divorced her.
She's
The mother is Jewish, the kid is 100% Jewish. He is being raised by his grandfather. So constantly you can see it's very bitter, you know, being raised by that. And his dream, he says in class 1,000,000 times, this is why says again, my dream is to be a successful man. You know, this is 50% of all the kids. So he wants to go to, at that time, to John Hopkins, fine. So he told him, David, exactly what I told David, maybe it's pleasant to plumb. I mean, and he's not successful with the girls. This is really, it's against his image. You are in Times Square, it's Rush Hour, and someone comes to you with a brown bag, $200,000 in cash. Yet undressed completely, says, Rabbi, I'll do it for $100.
$100.
No, $100. I told him, David, you admit that every person
has the power to do it.
has the power to do it. The question is, what is the price? He was shaken by it. אמרתי לו, the Shatnez, I happen to know a fellow, a very successful dentist in Toronto. He already changed his house many times. Why? Because his both parents died from cancer, so was his daughter. Every time he hears that this family takes apart the house, it's funny. Answer is he's afraid for his life. If you look on it, the Shatnez is exactly life or death, or the $100,000 by you, or the answer is everyone has a price, everyone has the power to do whatever he wants. As it's a matter in each one of us. So the kid came to me afterwards and said, this is
saying, you certainly do have to remove it.
to get undressed.
You got to undress.
Just undressed. It's
You can't
easy.
walk to the bathroom. You gotta
You see, in the minute you'll see, no, see, listen, in the minute you'll see, Sam, that your conversion is Machloket Rambam and Rosh, and this is how it's going back to the
Should you take off your
If I know that you,
Wait,
I
doesn't it-
know that your undershirt has Shatnez, you don't know that.
but doesn't this
Rambam
doesn't
Rosh, I have to tell you, Sam, get undressed. According to the Rosh, can we walk a minute to the bathroom? The bathroom,
Even if he doesn't listen to you,
what?
even if he's not gonna listen to you, you're
That's
supposed to
something
tell
else.
him.
Oh, that's
This is
something
the
else.
Rambam. Assuming now he's going to do it, if he doesn't, he's not going to do it.
Rabbi Prague, going back to what we started the week was, it really boils down to if this really boils down to the machloket between the Rambam and the Ramban.
What do you think?
I'm waiting for you to
We have
say
a-
it already. It's already 7:40. It's already
We have
7:40,
a-
no?
I'm watching the.
Larry, he's getting nervous. Hang in there, Larry. We'll get there.
No, because I know the Rabbi Prague knows the punchline, so he.
I'm
all know
aiming
the
to, I'm
punchline.
aiming to the
Maybe we-
punchline. Punchline was Monday.
The right time now.
Yeah, the question is, why is Rabbi Prague teaching this? So you have to try to figure out, there's a reason we're learning this, because he's trying to tell us something. So think past what it says on the page.
Many teachers want to have students like you. Sometimes it's, anyway,
Depends on the day.
he said, משום דגדול כבוד הבריות. Okay. So look a second in the Mishnah ברורה. Okay, look a second. I expected some of you to ask a bigger question. But wearing a garment of full coolness is assuming a Torah anyway. What is he telling? He's telling me being on his fifth
It's a
on
big
Shabbat,
Shabbat.
being on his fifth and carrying is assuming the Rabbanan, and because it involves public humiliation, therefore don't take it off. I'm doing Avraham in Torah. I'm carrying the garment without a tzitzit.
So we don't need
Yeah,
Shabbat.
He's
Larry,
carrying-
where you going, man?
All these
No,
diseases are
but the tzitzit says the tzitzit says in the Chumash that you are not allowed to wear a full common garment without tzitzit.
So,
So by not telling you or by me not removing it, I am doing a Sumina Torah.
It's a
that's
low
another factor.
taseh or it's a bitul?
It's a Bitula says. So he brings something fascinating. Look at that.
So that doesn't make it a little
Oh,
lighter?
yeah.
Bitul of an aseh is not less
No,
than
the guy on Shabbat is wearing tzitzit over here on Tuesday.
Rabbi Prague,
Sumina Torah to wear a garment. That's a full common garment.
Yeah, it's,
Rabbi Prague, when you look at the Rambam and he says, "Haroech kilayim shel Torah al chaveiro," why does he go right away? Do you have to take it out? How do you deal with hocheach tochiach in a situation like that?
Okay, so this is what Sam thought I did. Of course, the Rambam is the bottom line now. Of course, you have to tell him, please remove it. Okay. If the Rambam is talking about the case that I assume that he might not do it, yes? And in a society where it's not going to kill me here, yes?
Okay, understood.
The Gemara says a man saw a woman wearing a red dress, which was totally out of, so he ripped it off a woman. So then the Gemara says he had to pay for it, so for it, he did it.
But on Tuesday, you're not allowed to wear a four-corner garment without.
Assuming a Torah,
On Tuesday.
נכון.
So on
So this is
Shabbat,
the question now, מה קרה בשבת? Why happened to this issue?
it's still assuming.
Anyway, look at Mishnah Berurah, come. As Larry says, we have to, the clock is moving. So listen what he says. Ve'af al gav. Look at the second white line. We are in Shulchan Aruch. Mishnah Berurah. Mishnah Berurah. Ve'af al gav.
Which
What letter?
Look at this.
David, this one.
There's second white line. Second white line.
Yeah.
David, look.
Beged,
Look,
beged.
David, Af al gav.
I don't see it. Second white line. I'm there.
The right side, the right
Wrong
side.
side.
On the right side of the page,
Right there.
second white line.
ואף על גב מציצית, לאריה בתציב קטן,
Yes, I have it.
ואף על גב דציצית מצוות עשה דאורייתא,
He's going to say it's not a beged.
ודאורייתא לא דחינן מפני כבוד הבריות, זה חידוש של לבהר, באמת מלבהר, בכל מקום שרי, וואי תקשיב טוב, דלא אמרה תורה לא תלבש בגד בלא ציצית. If the Torah would say, don't wear a garment without tzitzit, then
it
asur. Ela, what did the Torah say? Mitzvat aseh la'atil bo tzitzit.
Yeah, and in beged kilayim is what it says in Parsha. It's beged kilayim.
Look carefully. The
So there's
asur
the
and
right and the
tzitzit
right
means this is min Torah, to make a double knot. Since on Shabbat you cannot make it, it's not asur on Shabbat to wear a garment. In the Torah, it's not asur. It is.
Because you can't make them
Since
out.
this is the Mordechai, 700 years ago. Again, if the Torah would say, David, don't wear the garment, the Torah says, no, there's nothing I can do. The Torah is commanding me to do it in a way that I cannot do it on Shabbat.
So
Therefore, there's not asur on Shabbat. The mezuzah fell off your door on Shabbat. Are you allowed to go into the room? Says the Pitrei Tshuva, you already had the same logic exactly. The Torah says, the Torah didn't say don't walk into a room without the mezuzah. The Torah gives you a positive command to write the mezuzah. Since you cannot write on Shabbat, says mutar, it's exactly the same. This is the chiddush of the Mordechai, correct?
Oh, because kilayim is a low taseh and tzitzit is not say.
Wait, in a minute. Yes, it says, no, but not only it's a say, it's a, like, look a second.
But it's fascinating that both use the word beged.
Mordechai.
That's very, wow.
I'm reading again, וכיוון שאין יכול להטיל בו ציצית בשבת, אין עובר מצוות עשה, ואין עליו, ירגיש, רק איסור דרבנן, ולכך הותר מפני כבוד הבריות, ואין צריך לפשוט את הלב. Again, we reduced it now, ולאיסור מן התורה to איסור דרבנן, since if it's a Tuesday, as you said, I have no excuse. Just to take it off. בשבת, אין איסור מן התורה to wear the garment without tzitzit, it's only b'derabbanan.
So if that tzitzit is the only thing that the man is wearing, and by taking off that tzitzit now that it's asur on a Tuesday, I have to do it anyway because the asur of the Torah,
correct. Correct. Now,
Bittul Hashem, you're doing
no,
it even for Bittul Hashem.
in the minute we'll see.
Oh, even.
Okay, so let's okay.
Rabbi Prague, what happens if you wear something on yourself shatnez? It's not a beged.
Yofi. So the rule is a scarf. A scarf is a good example. Mel says a scarf. So Shulchan Aruch says only if it's a garment. Whatever you wear to beautify yourself, yes, not as a beggar. Let's say, look a second. You remember many years ago, Sam, you remember people used to put in the pocket handkerchief. What happened if this is shot? This is not a beggar. I mean, a beggar means something I'm wearing either to look good or to warm or that.
That's not a tachshit. That handkerchief is not a tachshit.
It's a tachshit, but it's a little beggar. It's called a sunshat. It's a beggar.
Because but you got to quote the pasuk. And what does it say by tzitzit? Does it use the word beged? It uses kasut, no?
Kasut, like gedelim ta'aseh lecha, alfot kasutcha.
Right. So it's interesting that they don't use beged and kasut.
Shanez couch is mutar.
What? לשבת, okay, we don't have enough
We're
time, we
fine.
have to finish
Yeah,
our
but
time
my
for
bench
today.
I think the case is the bench
Some-
and
some are-
Have to sit on the floor.
a thick rug also people.
But to understand why, we have to look the Gemara in Masechet Beitza,
Example, benches
the
in
end
the
of
carriage.
Perek Rishon.
What's the Visha?
So we don't have any problems now, Rabbi, what do you got for us?
Okay, now, that's true, right?
Where-
So where do we end up with this?
And so let's summarize what we have. If it's assuming a Torah according to Rambam, even if the fellow that is over doesn't know, he doesn't know. I am according to Rambam. I have. Comes the Rosh and he says, no, not if I see it by you. If I found it me, I know that I'm well.
On yourself.
But if it's you, I'm not obligated to remove it. This changes the game. Why is he here? The husband doesn't know anything about his wife, yes? So what's our case now? The woman is asking the rabbi, my husband is very sure every time we have a relationship, yes?
What you don't know doesn't hurt you.
That seems so,
No, but this is exactly how we start. He says, according to the Rambam, Lichora, it's exactly a shatnez. You realize the man doesn't know David if he's wearing shatnez. Still, the Rambam tells me it's a Sumila Torah. You have to rip it off. He says, but now before it, sorry, you remember this case.
So you're telling me that the Rav Yosef, he holds like the rush then?
Okay, so halacha lema'aseh believe it or not, it's a machloket Shulchan Aruch and Ramah, and you wear the as mentioned Gimel. This case of shatnez, if I know that you wear shatnez, you don't know, Maran says take it off, no matter what, Ramah
You have to
says,
tell them.
yeah, or you have to take it off yourself. And
He
Ramah
goes with the Rambam.
Ramah says no. So
Goes with the Rambam.
this is how he starts. He starts in Ein Yoda B'Yehuda. This is exactly 250 years ago. I have this question that you're asking me. וכתב שדבר זה תלוי למחלוקת הראשונים.
So what if I know it's someone's Mechalel Shabbat and you know that's an Isur D'Oraisa? Why can't I?
No, we're talking about the man is doing Avera. Am I obligated to tell him this way himself? If he's Mechalel Shabbat, if he doesn't know. Many years ago, I saw a lady walking with two kids in the park before the and it was very obvious that they are caring.
They don't know. They don't know. They don't know.
She's Goya, she did that. So I came, I said, Shabbat Shalom. She said, Shabbat Shalom. She says, maybe you're unaware, but in this community, don't tell anyone. She says to me, why are you telling me? I said, look, she says, what should I do now?
well, that's a challenge. So if you have a machloket of telling the husband, you certainly have a machloket if you're an ed and you know the wife.
It's the same type
Same thing.
of a question. Anyway, the same.
So what happens if you're walking in Borough Park and you hear two women talking Lashon Hara? Do you have to stop them from talking Lashon Hara, Rabbi Prague?
No, it's the same type of. Anyway.
It's the same. It's the same though, right, sir?
This is volume. Anyway, the punchline is you don't have to tell it. You want the punchline? Finish. You don't have to say. I'm going
He
to
goes
tell
with
you
the
why.
rush.
What? Just wait. You wanted the punchline. Punchline, you don't have to. Not because it's going to the rush. The Ramah is the rush. According to Maran, you have to. You remember Eli's point? Let's do Eli's point. Let's go to Eli's point. Look at the Rambam book, same one word. So again, Yehuda B'Yehuda 250 years ago says, according to Rambam, according to Shulchan Aruch, you have to tell. According to the Ramah, you don't have to. Now, 180 years ago, the Divrei Chaim is the founder of the. Tell him you know. He's the founder of the Bob of Chassidim. Divrei Chaim is there. For them, this is the Shulchan Aruch. Divrei Chaim from Bali. He's Gaon Mafir. He says one word in the Rambam. Go back to the Rambam. Go back to the Rambam.
Rabbi Prague, you're in Shul on Sukkot, and you look at the person two seats away from you, and he's ready to make the bracha on the lulav. And
everyone agrees they have to tell him why.
Okay.
But no, because it's not an embarrassing. You realize the common denominator of everything we spoke today is by notifying you. It's a public humiliation. Realize? It's not a public humiliation. I whisper to him. I would tell him, take my answer.
Because of what he has to do.
Right.
Depends how you tell them.
In order to stop the issue, you have to do something that is publicly humiliating. This is the topic. We started the Rambam. Look again at the Rambam. רמב"ם הלכה כ"ט, דייוויד. הרואה כלאיים של תורה על חברו, אפילו היה מהלך בשוק, קופץ לו וקורא עליו מיד, אוקיי? אפילו היה רבו של לימדו תורה, שאין כבוד הבריות דוחה איסור לא תעשה המפורש בתורה. comes the דברי חיים and says, this איסור on the husband to be with his wife is not מפורש בתורה. Even the Rambam would agree that you don't have to tell him. One
Because
word
it's
in
not
the-
explicit.
one word in the Rambam.
So in other words, it should say
Torah.
Torah.
מאוד,
Not explicit.
Instead of saying Deoraita.
דאורייתא, מילה.
Because Rabbi Prague,
Drops it down.
Rabbi Prague, Rabbi Prague,
תגיד זה אסור מן התורה.
he would give up Rabbi Prague.
Remember,
No,
Shabbat, a
it's
few months ago, Shabbat morning, Rabbi Rav Sisson gave a class that he got a letter from a woman who said she had an affair with the trainer, right? And he knew about it, does she have to leave the husband? And he came to conclusion that he said she did have to tell, she did have to leave the
Well, the
husband.
way that he did it, because the Rambam used an unusual phrase that allows us to.
So-
But wait, I have to be frank, he knew about it though.
He knew about it.
He knew about the change of request. He knew about it.
No, we're talking about that.
That the husband didn't know.
That's not another story.
He knew about it.
She
He knew he brought the trainer.
Oh.
They both made the Shuvah.
Rabbi Prague, if the Rambam was quoting this normally, would he wouldn't say I'm a Furash Torah.
זה אסור מן התורה.
He would say Shene Amar. He would say
Facilitated.
Yes.
So he brought the
תשמע,
class. We had
תשמע.
we did
he would say Shene Amar.
It's more stringent.
So Robert, what's not, so the, you give me
Second,
is not Mefurash?
לא מפורש. This is the point. זה אסור מן התורה ודאי. ולפי זה, he says, אף כאן חייבים להודיע הכל to the Rambam. Then he says, give me a second. עבר לגאון מצד, remember again, this is good. Tell him, you meet the Boba Vaseh, we learned today, tell him דברי חיים אור החיים סימן למד. He does, whatever you say, does know. Don't worry, he does know. כתב שנראה לו שאפילו לדעת הרמב"ם, אך ודאי, אין צריך, don't let us know, כי מבואר בדעת הרמב"ם דווקא בעבירה לא תעשה המפורש בתורה. ומשמע, this is to הלכה למעשה. ומשמע, שאם אין האיסור מפורש בתורה, נדחה האיסור מפני כבוד הבריות. ודין סוטה שזינתה שאסורה לבעלה, יש הלכה that if a woman has an affair, she cannot stay with her husband, היא לא מפורש בתורה. זה אסור מן התורה ולא, לכן כבוד הבריות דוחה, תקשיב.
Why is it not מפורש בתורה?
דברי חיים אומר את זה. You can say it on your own.
Why is it not?
ושכן נהגו גדולי הדור להורות להכר, this is the דברי חיים writing 200 years ago. This is a custom in the Jewish community. You realize hundreds of times this happens. A wife of a Kohen is raped, a woman has an affair, one's an
Well, how about a
affair.
woman is that she doesn't tell her husband? She says they're going to
וכן
she's not
נהגו
going.
גדולי הדור להורות להכר במעשים אלו שבאו לפנים. Now, this is the מעשה here. This is, look at this too. The original tshuva he wrote in another volume, the case was a beautiful case. I couldn't carry two big books. A woman, an Israeli, typical Israeli woman, had a boyfriend, she's pregnant, aborted a child. Huh? She becomes a Baal Tshuva, she marries a religious man, and she has a ben. And the husband is excited, waiting for the people.
Hijra Ben.
Calls her husband,
Can't do it.
calls her husband, I'm not, this is not the first child.
Whoa.
She told him?
No, she's the rabbi, not the husband. She's asking now, am I obligated to tell my husband? And she writes, if I would say it, he would be very upset. Why didn't you tell me? Whatever.
upset is Kavod Abiyot?
לא, שלום, שם זה
All
גם
the
שלום.
crowd. Every
מה פדיון הבן? She's the first child, why don't you have a פדיון הבן? You are not a Kohen, he's not a Kohen. What is it? Anyway, תשמע, over there is 6 pages. This is the first time we wrote about it.
Ceremony
It
without
says like this,
shaking
listen what he says. What he's saying is like this, the husband wants to make a polygamist. Huh? Two problems is 2 ברכות לבטלה.
Yeah, and the coins.
אשר, the coin is a giza, you want no.
There's a bracha l'batala, maybe it's a
Two
suit
brachot, 2 ברכות לבטלה. So the first time that the Chabad has a page, ממש puts on a scale, how many ראשונים say מן התורה, ברכה לבטלה?
Oh.
So it comes out since most Rishonim, even though the Rambam says open it's a suit in the Torah, see the Rabbanan says to the rabbi tell the wife not to say anything, to go to bed, nice pictures, and the Kohen got the 5 coins, and the people had but the same base of tshuva, you hear? The minute, right, no, now the minute he reduced it to the Rabbanan, then so another, okay, now Larry, this is it, 2 minutes to 8 now, okay?
But Rabbi, have a way.
You're introduced to a woman, you have to shake her hand. אסור מן התורה או אסור מדרבנן? רמב"ם says, מן התורה. Ramban says מדרבנן, מחלוקת מחבר רמה. We saw yesterday in the Shach that even according to the Rambam, if it's not really derech חיבה, which means it's a social with the Rabbanan, so those rabbis, every time you see an Orthodox rabbi not shaking, a machmir because it's right, so those who are mekel, because it's Rabbanan.
We're making Yisur.
נכון, אבל זה עכשיו למדנו, אם זה דרבנן, מותר לעבור. כבוד הבריות, אני said something is running to the... checking my head.
Kavod Abiyot of this Goya.
No, your כבוד הבריות also. It's not...
Your Kavod Abiyot.
She's thinking you're
embarrassed.
It's expected in the United States, Australia.
Not everywhere.
Yeah, she's insulted.
Yeah. What do you? I'm not good enough.
We have a video. We have a video in the house. We have a video in school. She was the secretary of the Israeli Prime Minister, president. Sorry.
Right.
You remember they saw it? It's amazing. היא הייתה באמת אישה דתייה באמת, but he liked her very much. Anyway, they're going to meet the Pope. You have to see it in the Pope. And she told him in advance, no matter what, I cannot shake the Pope's hand, as you know. Please make sure that whoever arranges the meeting, I cannot. The guy forgot to arrange it. And she says to the president, either I'm not coming to the event, I'm not coming. I said, no problem. So you have to be there. You are my... And she says to him, you understand that I cannot. So he did. The Pope, this is millions of cameras. And you see that the Pope is extending his hand, and she is, the Pope was bowing down to her. She understood,
He respected her.
Credit.
He respected her.
She's still shivering. He understood right away, and
He understood.
the Pope later made a comment, I respect the woman very much. But this is in public, I mean, this is...
Why she would shake his hand?
Because of what we learn.
She's Rambam.
She's Rambam,
She doesn't want to issue she doesn't want to issue
Rabbi Prague.
Anyway, the same. You have to have tell the story. But here you see the picture. She met which president was it? No, the one before the previous president. The same. No, the previous president.
Obama.
Biden. The same exactly. And over there, she made sure that he knows. And he says to the public, you have to hear, I respect very much that you are holding on to your
tradition.
And then again, we have to see the picture. I wanted to vote for Biden only for that. He bends down on his knee. He says, if my mother would meet you, she would love you. You are the principle. You have to see it. You have to hear Biden saying it. Rabbi Lau in his book says that when he met, he was the head of the commission on the Holocaust survivor children. That to be president of Mrs. Reagan, and he told the person, this is in the Rose Garden, open cameras. This is in the Bayal, a very smart man. Then the rabbi said, I was raised in the this is still alive. He says, I was raised in Atwell, I apologize in advance for the Reagan, but I cannot. And everyone told him, you're representatives, and then I can step out. Of course, they wanted him anyway. Publicly, Rabbi Lau writes in his book. Rabbi Lau, I respect you very much. You can cling to the teachings of. The point is, every goy respects you. You tell your friends, we are embarrassed to show that we have principles that you hold. The goy respect you. It's fascinating. This is already Chelek Tet, you understand? He repeats it about a million times in different questions. The Rabbanan Deoraita, זה העיקר. The חידוש of the דברי חיים is, if it's not מפורש בתורה, here, these married couples don't tell them. Have a wonderful.
Have a great day, Rabbi Prog.
תזכור, אי אפשר להאמין שידע, לא, but you realize how many הלכות are based on this one? This case is hanging on this